Okay, first thing, just want to say, what a great win, what an awesome win. I'm really proud of our team. I'm really proud of the way we kept our poise in the midst of a lot of adversity, a lot of ups and downs there, but I was very proud of the way our team handled themselves, about how they just kept fighting. You know, great kick by Eric Heidorn. That's a team kick. That whole team did a great job, but he made the field goal, and he missed one, and he looked like he was a little down, and I went over and told him, I said, you're going to have a chance to win this game, and that ended up happening. He ended up having a chance to kick 2 field goals and win the game, and I'm proud of our team for their character, for the way they fought, the way they kept coming back, the way they kept believing, the way they hung in there. And I'm just very proud of our team. I think it showed a lot. I think it speaks volumes about our football team right now. And we can talk about all the other stuff, but all I want to say is what a great win, and it goes up there, one of the best wins of my coaching career.
Questions? Mike, we'll talk about the special teams play. It's my understanding you practiced it, but what goes into that call, what goes into that play, and you needed something at that point. Obviously, you got something.
Yeah, we needed to make a play, and it's one of those, for lack of a better term, it goes back, 30, 40 years in coaching. It's something from the old days. It's like a hide the ball play, basically, where we expected them. We practiced this. We had 6, it's a special team that we had. We started doing this 2 weeks ago, getting ready for that scenario that comes up at the end of a game when you have to field a squib kick. Because of situations at the end of games when you have to decide whether to squib kick it or kick it deep, all that stuff. It forced us to think about that, and we just decided we'd already shown kind of a deal where we kept the ball alive, almost like a keep away type of deal, and we felt like that was not the best thing, and so we put this in. We basically have 6 fast guys in that back group, and the ball gets squibbed. I think if I remember right, I can't remember who recovered it first, got it first. Might have been Keone, but I can't remember. But anyway, he caught it. They all go into a group. And so it's supposed to draw everybody in, and they're not sure who has the ball. And then they gave the ball to Aaron Killebrew. Aaron Killebrew wheels out. They all wheel out and start running and act like they've got the ball. And Aaron Killebrew was actually the guy that had the ball. Now, it wasn't like perfect. There were some issues with it. Like anything in life, he made a great play. He's a fast. He's a 10-600 meters guy. That's the reason why we had him as the ball carrier. It was, very planned. It wasn't something we just threw up on the sideline. Aaron Killebrew's, probably the fastest guy on the football team. So, bottom line is, he made a great individual play, made somebody miss, and then I thought he was going to score. Once he got in the open field with his speed, I thought he was going to score. But they did a nice job running him out of bounds. And then I thought we managed the clock well there at the end. I probably, if I were to do it over again, I probably wouldn't have iced the kicker twice. I would have saved 1 timeout, but, that's, hindsight. We practiced all that stuff. We were ready for a hurry field goal situation. And they're kicking the field goal with 11 seconds. There's a new rule in college football about a 10-second runoff. And I wanted to make sure if we had a penalty, we still had a chance to kick a field goal to win the game. I wanted to have the chance to kick it and not have it end on a bad situation. So anyway, that's kind of what went into everything there at the end.
When you see Killebrew break, yes, you'd love to have a touchdown, but what you really need is a field goal. And when you see him get into the open field and cross midfield, kind of describe your own feeling and then the feeling on the sideline, because it's a play. Then you at least gave yourself a chance and it worked.
Absolutely. And, I think our players, they believed in it. And the guys on that team were excited about it. And obviously we could run it again, but, have a different guy carrying the ball. So it's not, it's not one of those things you do one time and you never do it again. So a little bit like the sequel to a movie. So, you know, I mean, you know, to answer your question, I was excited, obviously, when he broke into the clear, and that it gave us a chance with that amount of time. And then we had to do a good job managing the clock because we had no timeouts left. We had to, you know, and it was an interesting scenario when the player got hurt because they were going to wind the clock, you know, after that snap, because it goes back to what the situation was when the injured player happened and the clock was running. So they were going to start the clock, so we had to be ready to go. We thought about killing it there, you know, spiking it. We decided to run a play, and I can't remember what happened, but anyway, bottom line is we had some chances to complete some passes there at the end and score, but we just didn't get it done.
For Eric, you mentioned the fact that he missed the one earlier. He not only gets one shot at redemption, he gets two.
Yep.
You know, just talk about his ability to kind of, you know, just put a miss, as kickers need to do, put a miss out of his mind and come back in and make a couple.
I thought he did a great job of handling that, great poise. You know, he's a tremendous young man. You know, I've got a lot of confidence in him, and he's, you know, I believed he was going to make it, and that's why we were in those situations, why we were kicking field goals. There were times where we could have gone, you know, there were some situations in that game where I could have, you know, there were people in my ear saying, you know, can we go for it? And, you know, there were times where, you know, I said, we need to kick the field goal.
This team continues to, today, more so than the others perhaps, but continues to pull out these close wins. He did have one close loss, but for the most part, you know, they're proving that they can get the job done at winning time, as they did today. Let's talk about that characteristic that kind of has run through this ball club this year.
Well, you know, I think there's a whole thing that was started back last December and last January and perpetuated through the spring and the summer and through training camp about believing, guys believing in each other, believing you can win, expecting to win, and then doing the things you need to do to win. And that, I think, you know, it's exciting as a coach to see players do that, to buy into that, and that's what's happened.
It wasn't a great day. I mean, the offense struggled to move the ball. Mike probably had, you know, one of his weaker efforts of the season, but, you know, just talk about the defense, you know, kept you in it as they have through most of the season. You know, just does it feel good to win on a day where maybe, you know, everything didn't go as planned or didn't go right?
Yeah, I think, first of all, say that we're much better than them on offense than we performed today. But I also got to give credit to Missouri State. Their defense, number one, is very good. I think they're one of the best defenses in the league. It's obvious because of their turnover ratio situation. They're good. They're one of the better defenses in the league. And, you know, I can't rank them, but they're right up there. Like, hard for me because we haven't played everybody yet. But they're a very good defense. So I got to give them credit. They also, I think they did a nice job of coaching against us. You know, they did some things to take away some of our short passing game, some of our down the seams, down the field passing game, and then our run game at the right time. There were times where we just had one guy that we had to either block or make miss, and the play would have gone out the gate. But we didn't get it done, so that's something we've got to improve on. I thought our defense came through and like exactly like you said, kept us in the game and kept fighting. The great thing about our defense today is the statistic that jumps out at you is that Missouri State was 2 out of 15 on third down. And when you dominate that well on third down, that's a difference maker. And that was something we actually said going into the game, is we had to win third down. Now, offensively, we were 7 out of 16, which is, that's okay. You know, I mean, a championship team over the season needs to be 45 to 50% on third down. So 7 out of 16 is okay, but our defense holding them to 2 out of 15 is fantastic.
Didn't have Buck Logan today. What was his absence? What's the reason for his absence, and how much did it influence the running game a bit?
Buck Logan had an ankle sprain, and it was an ankle sprain that he's had in one of his ankles, and then he sprained the other one in practice this week, and so he was not able to play. It's not a high ankle sprain. He just didn't have enough strength to push off on it. So my expectation is that he'll be back, and we feel very good about our backs. You know, I mean, we've got in my opinion, 3 really good backs, and so Lamont Booker, obviously he had the huge run today. You know, he's a really good player, and Dimitri Taylor is an excellent player. Those are 2 really good young backs. Lamont's a sophomore, Dimitri's a redshirt freshman that are going to be around here for a long time, and we have great expectations for them.
Getting back to the special teams play, is that a play that at any point in your career has been called before, either when you played or when you were coaching?
On film, people against us. And the coach on our staff that brought it to us is Jeff Mills. And he had the idea, and he presented it to me and Jamie Deaver, our special teams coordinator. And we said, we got to do this. And it's something that he had run in his career before, somewhere. I don't remember where. And it's something that I've had run against me, and then something also that I've seen when I've been watching opponent film, you know, different times during my career.
Any other questions for Coach? How proud are you of Connor today when he broke the record?
Really proud of Connor Underwood. Is a tremendous player. I thought he was like, if that guy wasn't as mobile as he was, he would have had 5 more sacks. I mean, that quarterback, my opinion, is outstanding. I mean, he's hard to tackle. You know, I mean, you get him pinned, and then he runs out of there and does all kinds of crazy things. But I'm really proud of Connor. He did a tremendous job. I'm proud of the record, and it's exciting that he's gotten that record as a junior with 3 more games to play. And it doesn't surprise me. It's kind of one of those records that you're excited, it's awesome, but it doesn't surprise you because what a great player he is.
And if you had to pinpoint one attribute for your success this season, what would it be?
I would say the guys believing in each other and believing that they're going to win and expecting to win. And I think that's, and you know, and I mean, you asked me for one thing, and then that you can't just do that and wish things, you know. I mean, things don't just come out of thin air. Then they put the work in. This is the hardest working team I've ever been around. These guys work hard. We have you know, we call ourselves. We may look like we're fancy out there on the field, but we're a blue-collar football team, and we play like we practice and we work and we play as a blue-collar football team. And we know it's going. You know, we're fighting for everything we can get.
Anything else, guys? Coach, thank you.
Okay, thank you.